What's the toughest lesson you ever learned? Okay, now imagine that you're learning that lesson under the lights in front of thousands and thousands of fans, fighting tough men just like yourself.
How to sit back and how to decipher, discipline, mind control, all this other stuff.
Well, this week, we're going to sit down with Andrew Green, former NFL and CFL football player, played offensive line, actually an ex-teammate of mine. We're going to talk about a lot of things. There's going to be some laughs, going to be some fun. You're going to learn about his tough lessons and about what he took away from the game.
I tell people you cannot be a dummy and play sports or play football or play anything on any high level. You will not get past certain levels. Like you don't really go from high school to college or get out of college into the pro if you ain't got it.
If you want to hear raw, real talk about adversity, about bouncing back, about leadership, about grit, you don't want to miss this episode with Andrew Green. So hit follow, subscribe, and notification. And check us out. We drop Sunday at 6 p.m. See you on the bridge beyond. You spent some time in the NFL, right? You're the Seahawks, you're with Miami, you're with Jacksonville. Saskatchewan, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty much has been the big show in the CFL in terms of when you live there, who wants to watch the games in the CFL. Typically, people want to watch Saskatchewan. Like, even if you're talking Americans, right? Like people want to watch that team. So you came there and we were struggling, right? Remember, we came off 11 years without being in the playoffs.
My rookie year. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's funny? Cal Murphy, because I was actually injured. I just was released from Seattle's training camp, and I was back in Florida. And Cal called me, said, "Oh yeah, come on up, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "What are you?"
It's a hard decision.
Yeah. He's like, "What are you gonna pay me?" And I was like, all right, okay, let's go. Right? I didn't disclose the amount because there's some people that are
we all know you get called big money in the back room, man.
They want it. There's still some people are still bitter, whatever. But I don't want to disclose, but they took care of me, and I came up, and he goes, we're 3-10, right? This is in September, and we're gonna make a push for the playoffs to go to the Cup. And I laughed. I was like, 3-10 record. I was like, you're not going anywhere. You're not making the playoff 3-10. And I'm like, I said, well, anyway, what are you gonna pay me? I said, all right. So I came on up, and damn sure enough, we came up here, right? And it was fun. I ain't gonna lie, it was one of the most fun I had up here playing, playing with you guys and Cooler, and that line right there, man. It really rejuvenated because it was so much fun. It was so much. It was like I remember coming up and I didn't really know what the plays were. This and that. Just looking at it, and Cooler was like, "Don't worry, I'll just tell you where to go."
That's pretty much what he did for me too, man.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like you were on the other side, right, and I was on the other side, right. And then there was Gino, right, and it was JT, right.
Gino's talking to the receivers about their routes.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, it was good.
Cooler was the oldest of us, and
it
was a tight group, man.
He just came up together. He went boom, boom,
together
boom.
On the field, though. We'd hang together off the field. Like that was a tight group, man. When O'Day came along the next year.
Yep.
It was the next year. And I feel like that it's interesting to me, and maybe comment on this, but I feel like when he came along and anchored the center position, because we lost Cooler that year and there's some kind of in and out, and some good guys came and went, but it is what it is. O'Day kind of all of a sudden it was us. Like it was the five of us, and he held us. Like he was like, there's something about the way he led as the center that was really, really impressive to me.
Cooler is different, right? Cooler is different. Well, when Jeremy came in, and he was young too, right?
Yeah.
And he was smart. You know what I mean? I liked him because he was smart, and he came in, and I actually thought he was a rookie. I thought he was a rookie, right? Because I think I went back to the league, and then I came back.
Did you miss '98?
Yeah.
And then, so you were back. Where were you in '98?
I went to Seattle.
You were in Seattle, okay.
Yeah, I went back to Seattle, and then I came back in '99.
That's right.
Yeah. I thought he was a rookie, and he was like, he was. And you know me, I talk a lot of shit to everybody, right?
First thing I learned about you, buddy.
Yeah. It was just fun. It was just fun having to laugh and jokes, right? As long as we laughing and shit, right? It was just fun talking shit, and because it was just fun and funny, right? And Jerry was like, I'm no damn rookie. But anyway, Jerry was smart, man, and it was like, and then we got out there, and it just happened. It just clicked. It was like boom, 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 and we were just like bang, and we had each other's back, man,
Yeah.
and then we'll come off, and then there might be somebody we needed to tune up and practice.
Couple
you know,
times.
there may be another young rook coming out that may have a little bit of attitude, may have to tune up a little bit,
That's right. Well, and that was the group that was interesting because I was
Yeah.
you don't know this about me, but I was so green and not big money green. Like I didn't know nothing when I first came in. Right. I played from high school. I had 5 years football experience total when I got to the CFL. I had like 3 years in high school and I had 2 in university. Right.
Okay.
So reverse that. So I just didn't know anything. And so for me, that group was how I learned what offensive linemen were. And it was about having each other's back. It was about hanging tight after the game. It was
Yep.
about, it was about it. Like, I mean, we always made sure we took care of each other. Right. And then it was take care of the quarterback
And
take
we
care of the
did.
receivers.
And you know what I like, because you were also an aggressive lineman, right? And you just like to get in there and mix it up, like
I was young.
and that's how I was too. That's how I was, right? And that's what made our run. And then JT loved to come off the ball,
Oh,
right?
that wham.
And we would just come. We would like, whoom, right? And come up, and it was just the communication was just nice across the board. That's nice across the line. You know what I mean? And we'd sit there and communicate like straight across. And I said, I think it was me and Jo that were in that meeting with DB. And once they got rid of you, they had the hardest time filling that hole. Right?
Yeah.
We had to go through a few different people to get that left side of the line filled. Or not just the left side, it was the back side. Because they had flipped me, right? Remember they used to flip me, right? Because I always played the strong side because I was always playing the 3 technique.
Yeah.
Right? And playing against
Dude, it changed my whole career doing that.
Yeah.
Because that made me able to play either side. But
Yes.
it also, when I was in Saskatchewan before, so when they started doing that my third year,
Yeah.
I mean, it was humbling, right? I'm not going to lie, because, you want to play the 3 technique too, right?
Yeah.
But until I got to Edmonton, where I started playing that 3 technique as a left guard, because I just stayed at left the entire time.
Yeah.
I didn't have that responsibility, and it changed my whole game. Right. So when I got to Edmonton, it made it so that I became a better player somehow. Like there was a confidence building. There was like I said, I was really green. Right. So it was part of that whole process was, getting my butt kicked by Johnny Scott one time and picking up my game and watching film. And like there's stuff that had to happen. Right.
Yeah.
What happened to you that changed? Like what if you can think of anything meaningful, mistake, a trial inside the game, outside the game? What's the most meaningful thing that changed your life in the game?
I could say something happened to me with my rookie year, and I'm going to tell a story. It happened my rookie year, which kind of made me just change the way I approached every game. Because usually before every game, a lot of people didn't realize, I was always like in my own, I got into like a little zone, little boom, lock in and little zone and everything else, right? And, I joke around the locker room and talk a lot of crap and play around, but game day, you guys used to even joke about it, game day Drew, right? You guys, there's game day Drew. Right, you guys knew how I came. Game day Drew. It was serious, right? I maul, and I just destroy, throw. It was kind of like a war for me. I just lock in like that, right? And what happened to me my rookie year, right? In the Miami Dolphins, right? When I was drafted, drafted Miami. So there was that Richmond Webb, Keith Sims and the old line and stuff like that. We had it was a preseason game, and we were practicing against Washington in Miami, all week and stuff. And good week of practice. Obviously when you're practicing against another team, right?
Yeah.
There's no thud. Right. There is no thud. Every practice is a freaking game, right? Yeah. Every time you step on the field for anything, it's a game. You don't lose, right? I was having a great week, and obviously, young rookie, we joking, we clowning first year, we were enjoying it, right? We were driving, we were going to the game, and it's a preseason game, right? And we were in the back of the bus, just clowning, cracking jokes. Webb and the starters, they're all talking, but they're not playing.
You don't want to miss this episode with Andrew Green. So hit follow, subscribe, and notification. check us out. We drop Sunday at 6 p.m. See you on the bridge beyond.